Here's a live image of the White House after a critical moment in the campaign. Tonight, the president strongly dismissed calls to drop out of the race. More than a dozen Democrats here on Capitol Hill have now publicly said he should step aside. But in tonight's highly anticipated press conference, President Biden said that's not going to happen. Our Caroline Cumming is following this developing story in the newsroom. Interesting night, Caroline.
Very interesting, Frank. All eyes were on the president tonight for his first solo press conference in months, a bookend to the NATO summit in Washington, which is a critical meeting with world leaders. And taking these questions from reporters was a critical moment for his campaign, too, amid growing concerns from voters and from within his own party. For an hour, the president gave substantive answers on foreign policy, showing strength there in contrast to that debate performance. But that wasn't before a few significant gaffes, including one earlier in the evening, and then another tonight at the press conference when he misstated who his vice president is.
What concerns do you have about Vice President Harris's ability to beat Donald Trump if she were at the top of the ticket?
Look, I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president, but I think she was not qualified to be president. And now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. President Putin. He's going to beat President Putin. President Zelensky.
President Biden tonight said that the reason he's not staying in the race because of his legacy, but because he wants to complete the job. And he said he's in the best position to beat Donald Trump in November.
I believe I'm the best qualified to govern. And I think I'm the best qualified to win. But there are other people who could beat Trump, too. But it's awful start from scratch.
On his social media site, former President Donald Trump said, quote, "Crooked Joe has a case of Trump derangement syndrome." And as for where Minnesota's Democratic leaders stand in all of this, only Congresswoman Angie Craig has said President Biden should step aside. Her campaign tells me that has not changed after tonight, Frank.
All right, thanks for the update, Caroline.